Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to Waylon Wire's Old Iron. You know, I just can't stop laughing and smiling when I think about this trip and the fun we had with Robo Frank on the way. Somebody said, well, he didn't mention he's taking anybody with him, or he didn't mention you, or whatever. And he'd say his answer for that was, yeah, I'm in the witness protection program, and so he's not allowed to talk about that, you know. And, I remember at least 2 times on the trip that he had his glasses off and he was wiping tears out of his eyes because he was laughing so hard. And then one day, going to throw out across Dakotas, I don't know, somewhere in there, my cheeks hurt from smiling, from laughing so hard all day long. I'm telling you what, we had such a good time. And yeah, there's lots to tell you, but one of the things that stands out is I know how this goes. When you're driving that Impala across the country, everywhere you stop, you know, for gas, somebody's going to come up and say, yeah, my uncle had one just like that, you know. And, well, I know this is going to happen, so every time we stop, I'd dart, man. I'd shoot for the inside, and I'd leave him there to deal with that, you know. You see him coming, and I'd split, you know, and and it's always the same thing, you know. Yeah, my uncle had one just like that, except it was green, and it was a 4-door, and then it was a 6-cylinder with a 3 on the tree. But it was, you know, just like that. Another one was, one guy came out and looked at it and said, I had a Studebaker one time. So I got the biggest kick out of that. Mostly I got a kick out of leaving him behind. And we had some good stories, you know. He was telling everybody after we got back in Indianapolis or Indiana area, and on the other side of the Mississippi anyway, he was telling people that we got busted on the way down there, coming through the Dakotas. We got busted by the cops for transporting excessive amounts of Lipitor across the state line. So, because, you know, we got back there that power tour, and it was mostly old white-headed old geezers, you know. And but there were some young people too. It was good. It was a good mix. It was good people. And well, I've got a little video. I don't even know what I got, man. I haven't even previewed it. I have no idea what's coming up. I just started recording. I didn't record a whole lot, probably more than I think, but I didn't seem to record a whole lot because I was just too busy having a good time, man. I was able to throw up a YouTube short here and there, and some couple things on Instagram, but I don't know. There was too much fun to be had to be messing around with the camera all the time. So let's take a look and see what we got. I'll be as surprised as you are. All right, let's do it. Well, this was early morning. You can tell by the shadows. The sun just popped up over the horizon. We were headed out at 6 o'clock. Well, this was about 5:30, I guess, when we left the house. And we drove that day to Sheridan, Wyoming. So we laid down 840 miles the first day, and it was a good day. Well, now, 12 hours and 700 miles from home. Hello, Billings, Montana. We had time the next day to stop in MURDO, South Dakota. That's where the Pioneer Auto Museum is, and that was kind of the first thing of significance that we stopped to see along our route. And I'm going to just show a little bit of video of some of the cars in there. I did a video there about 10 years ago or so, but not a real lengthy thing. We kind of rushed through it. We spent an hour there. You could easily spend 2 hours, but you know how it is when you're on the road, boy. You just gotta lay those miles down. Just something about it, especially in an old car like this. We just felt like we had to keep moving. So that's what we did, and it was really fun. But anyway, we'll show you a few cars at MURDO, and if you ever get a chance, stop in there. It's well worth the visit. It really is. it's worth a couple hours of your day if you can time it out and go through there at the right time. We had no issue with it because we put down a pretty good day the first day, and then we were only about it's only about 2.5 hours east of Sturgis, so that'll give you an idea. Yeah, if you get a chance, stop in and see them at the Pioneer Museum in MURDO, South Dakota. All right.
I'm almost sorry I asked for the full treatment.
The General Lee. Oh, I love it.
No wonder my ears are always ringing.
Hey, I play it twice when they're recording.
Yeah. 52 Buick or 51?
Which one?
The Woody there.
Oh, the Woody?
Yeah.
I will say 51.
Okay, I got a 52.
Well, YouTubers, y'all know where we're at. We're at the Pioneer Auto Museum in MURDO, South Dakota.
Yeah, he's a big YouTube guy. Yeah, he's pretty well known. See stuff on the car out there. We're going to the car over.
Been about, I don't know, 10 years or so since I was here, I guess. I remember some of this stuff, but they change things out from time to time. True definition of a Woody. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking on this video. I'm just going to film and let you guys enjoy these old wonderful cars.
Yeah, we've seen you guys pick a show and everything over the years. Many ourselves has probably been, I've had it for 30 years since I was here, so wife and I come through our honeymoon.
You got 3 buildings here. You got 4 hallways.
Okay.
4 hallways. You go out, turn right, trucks, cars.
Okay.
In the trucks, there's a diamond thing. There's a 53 Ford, which is a 4-wheel drive. Ford didn't build 4-wheel drives in 59. So it's rare. You got a Hudson airplane pickup back there. All the way in the diamond. In fact, it's facing the door all the way back. Right beside it is a Nash record. One all the way to.
Oh, wow. Any other Nashes? I'm a Nash guy myself.
There's some Nashes on back there. Microcars in back there.
Into the bathtub.
Here you go, Pinky. We're at a auto museum, and for some reason, we ran across this thing, so I wanted to send it to you. I love you, girl.
Those when the Little Red Express trucks when they came out.
Yes, I remember. There was one in Wenatchee. A Doge Swepside.
Ford 1675 new.
Nash, 1 ton. You know, at first glance, from a distance, I would have guessed Studebaker. And I always liked how the Diamond T's and the Studebakers, they always looked like the top was already chopped. Of course, in the 50s, they started to get pretty ugly, I thought. But in the 30s, they were beautiful trucks, weren't they? Boy, I sure think so. How about that? Did you see the Hudson pickups?
Yeah.
Boy, they're ugly, aren't they? So ugly, they're cool.
They're real cool, yeah. This would be the kind of RV doing your backroads tour.
Yeah.
All wood.
Yeah.
It's a white. Nice. $1921 cost $16,000 to build that. Wow.
Four-wheel drive.
Didn't make them at 51. They make it for like 59, but have them specially made.
Corvair. I thought they called these what'd they call these? Isn't that the one where the side of the
Side
bed
ramp door. Yeah, I don't know if this one
folds
has-
down? No, this one's something else.
Remember we had a Corvair van like this.
In the van, they called it Greenbrier.
Yeah, I do remember that. So
But I thought there was a name for the little Corvair pickups,
ours was an Amway van.
other than just Corvair. Maybe not. No, this doesn't have the side door on the
Yeah,
bed.
Yeah, it's it from the side.
$396 convertible. Wow.
You know you're getting old when you look at a case like this full of antiques and you've had half of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love the door.
Yeah. Working in there.
Sweet little pickup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty. B16 Cadillac.
Wow.
I could open the hood of that.
Yeah.
Think they mine?
I think they might. Oh, Bricklin. That's cute. Look at that.
Yeah.
Probably an old Briggs of Stratton.
Mm-hmm. I'd say.
Is that a King Midget? I think so. I think so.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know what this is.
That might be a Crosley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, you can fit them in the back of a pickup.
Mm-hmm.
More microcars in here. This is the part the pickers were all pretty crazy about, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got any Go Devils in here. I could donate to the museum.
Go Devil?
Yeah, I got Go Devils at home. I got like 7 of them.
What's that?
Folding mini bike,
Oh,
folds into a suitcase.
oh really?
Yeah.
How many you got?
7 of them.
Where'd you get them?
Oh, I just picked them up over the years, so.
No, I don't think I've ever seen those.
Really? I thought for sure I'd showed those to you. They're highly sought after now, so they're worth some money. Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not an original Stagecoach, it's too small, but.
VW engine. I gotta go around this one again, get the other side.
Yeah.
Vespa. Look at this. It's got a drive wheel.
Oh yeah?
See that?
Oh yeah?
Drive wheel on the back. Look
Yeah,
at,
the motor attached to it.
look at this little guy. Is this a Crosley?
I'm not sure what it is. Bantam? Oh, Bantam Roadster.
Bantam, yeah, yeah.
Bantam
Bantam,
Roadster, okay.
Bantam Roadster.
Well, that's right, Briggs and Stratton actually made it, the car, the Briggs and Stratton Flyer.
Did you see this motor on this bicycle?
Yeah. Clinton on there?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know why, but lately I've kind of been, been thinking more and more about Model T or Model A.
I used to want a Model A. I thought I needed one. I
Yeah.
kind of got over it.
Just having a car that's 100 years old just seems kind of,
Yeah.
for some reason, it's kind of appealing to me lately.
Well, if I had one, I'd want to drive it, and I can just see it having issues trying to climb up Halverson Canyon,
Yeah, there is that.
overheating and stuff.
Yeah. Well, drove them over Snoqualmie Pass, so it can be done.
Oh, I know. My first car was 41 Ford Coupe.
Yeah. 37 there?
Looks like
I think so. It's the first year they incorporated the
what the
headlights and
license
fenders.
says. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I got on the Dojlac.
Yeah, 37 headlights?
I Frenched them into the fenders.
Mm-hmm. New price, $575.
Yeah.
Any 1963 Turbo 350s back there?
I don't see him. Not in the
Fords?
shoebox.
This thing. In with the Fords.
Now there's the real size Stagecoach.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Same with the Fords.
Yeah.
Yep. Crosley.
$1914. Crosley.
God, look how slender that is.
I know.
Piston's got to be like
2
dimes.
inch. Yeah, maybe.
Roll of dimes in there.
Yeah.
Maybe a roll of quarters.
Oh, look at the hearse.
Yeah. 1890. Wow.
A Jordan. You'll see stuff in here you've never seen before. Never seen a Jordan before. A Rickenbacker. Never heard of it. I like this stuff. Anderson.
What if they have a Haroon here?
Anderson V8. Hupmobile. I heard my dad talk about Hupmobiles.
Actually, there was one driving around Woodward.
$175.
That was expensive.
Yeah. It's from Michigan. What is it?
Franklin? Nope, a Roosevelt.
A Roosevelt Victoria.
Got a picture of Franklin Roosevelt on the front of it there.
Sure does. Teddy. That's Teddy
Oh, yeah.
Roosevelt.
I guess it is.
And a Flint. Another dream car of Billy Durant. There's a Essex.
Airplane.
Oh, retractable hardtop.
58 Ford, yeah.
And my
I forget
battery.
how many motors they had in those, but it's like 28 motors for that hardtop to retract. Some crazy number like that.
Look at the moto meter on this thing. Stutz. Stutz Touring.
My dad told me about a Stutz Bearcat he had that he left stuck in the mud in Saskatchewan.
Wow. Oh, look at the Steelies, the
Yeah.
Detroit wheel Steelies. A Moon, 1921 Moon.
Never heard of it.
I know. That's why I remember this. I remember seeing things that I'd never heard of.
Maybe that's where moons come from. Big
Yeah.
moons.
Yeah. Auburn.
Speedster. That's it.
How's a? What does it say? Oh,
That's a Franklin.
it has a what? What's in the red letters? Fake what?
False radiator.
False radiator. Why is that?
Cool.
Air cooled. Wow, that's a beautiful radiator. Even though it's false.
Definitely different.
There's a Willys. I bet that is rare.
Factory price $500.
Yeah. Wow. Overland.
That looks like a Stutz Bearcat.
Well, they got room for some stuff in here.
Yeah, like I was saying, idea of having something like this, but you've got to have garage space for it. So
Yeah. A locomobile. Locomobile. Made in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
doesn't that mean crazy car?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Studebaker Rockney. Named after a football player, wasn't he? Rockney?
Newt Rockney.
Newt Rockney. A brush. Wow.
Well, they even have cordon back there.
Yeah, I love that. Retractable headlights. Look at this.
I didn't even notice the other cord. I just saw the yellow one.
Look at this one.
One right in front of us there.
Yeah. Wonder what's under that hood. What'd they have in them? Does it say? Front wheel drive. Only front wheel drive. Production car available in the next 3 decades. Huh. I can't even pronounce that. Beardsley Electric. Beardsley Electric.
Stanley Steamer.
Yeah, look at that. Case.
Mm-hmm.
That's the old tractor
Yeah, they got
symbol.
got in the car market.
3 left in the world. Wow.
So this one probably could be had cheap.
So who's the
That's Randy
celebrity?
Travis there, isn't it? With him?
I don't think so.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Tom Dash.
Close.
Look like Randy Travis. doesn't
Close. Close.
yeah.
Close, Frank.
it? Yeah. They sound a lot alike too.
Grant. Yeah. I'd have one of those.
Oh, Dodge Brothers? Yeah.
Yeah, touring car. Yeah. Look how big this Auburn is. It's
Yeah.
massive, man.
Some you go to the Imperial Palace, the Duesenberg room they have there. Those cars are so huge.
I know. Willie's night. Studebaker made a big car. And that one I got from Bob, one I sold Jack, Essex Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
That thing had the like big 1-ton truck running gears on it.
Yeah.
It was huge running gears. Wow. Love it. Love this stuff. Look at the headlights.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Overland.
Yeah.
My battery is almost gone. But we'll take a quick walk by the Willie section here. Can't hear you.
There could be a couple places to go.
Oh.
Couple pistons.
You gotta come and look at this.
You got the Pickers van in here.
Come and look at the gears and the levers. Stuff
Wow.
on this mowing machine.
That's something somebody
Bucket
made.
on the front, yeah.
Huh. I'll be darned. You can see where they've added over the year and even put some aluminum in
Yeah.
there versus steel. So
It's a case.
yeah.
That's off of a big steam tractor or
Yeah, in
something.
front of it, front of the boiler.
And a,
Big tractors. Look at that one there.
yeah,
Altman Taylor.
massive.
Yeah.
no. No, Willie? Oh, Mark.
Not the Willie.
Willie?
Yeah, yes, it broke off.
A Ranger.
I saw one of those online for sale not too long ago. It's a compressor, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a compressor. Yeah, talk about the ugliest car ever made.
Avanti?
No, the Gremlin.
I know, but here's a...
I think I see a couple bathtubs, at least one down there.
Yep.
$49. Like the green bean.
Mm-hmm.
Same color.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get a picture of that. Before and after shots of the green bean.
Yeah. Take it to your nephew.
Yeah. Well, this is what the green bean can look like. Early version of the Statesman, so it's the short front end on it.
Well, this is where the battery died in the GoPro, and of course I had 3 more charged up in the car. But we were pretty much to the end of the tour, and that means that we are pretty much to the end of this video. But I hope you enjoyed looking at some of these old cars and hopefully seeing some things that you've never seen before. I know I certainly did. And just some pretty neat stuff. So if you ever get a chance to go through MURDO, South Dakota, try and time it out so you can stop in and visit this museum. It's worth the stop. I don't remember what tickets cost, but it's not bad. And it takes a couple hours to get through there. We kind of rushed through it a little bit because we wanted to get back on the road. So speaking of getting back on the road, we're going to do that now, and then we'll see. The next one will be on the power tour, so we'll catch up with you then. All right, fellers and fellerettes, I guess that'll do it for this one. I think there may be a follow-up video. I don't know. I'm doing this intro, outro thing before I even see what I got, so I don't know what it's going to be. But I did interview a couple people, and they had some rigs that are pretty interesting, and there was a couple things there that was pretty interesting, and well, more than that, but a couple things that I felt video worthy, and I got some shots of. So we'll see in the next video maybe what some of all that's about. I did do a couple of real good interviews with some really good folks, so we'll get into that on the next one. Hey, sure do appreciate you every time right here on Whale and Wire's Old Iron.